Hey, what's going on? This is Trigger, and you're watching another Front Mission episode here, and this is the transport episode where Emma finally meets her friend from the USN, and you get on this transport and you get the hell out of Dodge. So, this is the one. This is a really good one, actually. This one went flawlessly. There was probably one little thing I wish, would have happened better. There was a part, I think it's right in the beginning, that I blow off the wrong arm. I shoot off the wrong arm, but what can you do? I mean, you make them attack, and it's just kind of a random thing. You can't control that at all. So, but other than that, it went really, really well, and I really enjoyed this one. I don't think there's much different than what I had before. I think I may have changed some things. I'll re-go over some things because it's been some time since the last episode. I'm going to try to do more episodes as much as I can now. I've got a little more time to work with that, but the main character, he's an elf body, he's an elf right arm, Khazel left arm, Khazel legs, and in this episode you'll see him gain the ability AP minus 30, which I believe it comes from the legs. I think, yeah, because I think stun punch comes from the left arm with the Khazel. So yeah, I believe that comes from the legs, and it gets activated here, and it's awesome because as you go through this game, there are some skills that are really, really good, and some skills that really, really suck. And I will try to help you, see which ones are good and which ones suck. AP minus 30, that's a good one. I prefer stun punch because I think it is stun punch. I think so. Damn, I have to look this up again, but I'm pretty sure it's stun punch that you get with the left arm, and that's probably really, really good. It's kind of underrated because when you do the stun punch, they can't move in their turn, so that's like a free hit you get on the enemy guy, and they may not, get unstunned for a couple turns. So it's really good. I mean, you do it to almost any guy, no matter how powerful they are, and you stun them in one punch. It's a guaranteed stun. I mean, that's pretty much like, Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. You just freeze the guy, and there's nothing he can do. So, that's a really good skill to get. I would probably put that over AP minus 30%, but AP minus 30% is still really good because what happens is as you do actions per battle, as, your initial action, it costs, so many AP points, whatever, it's just, usually it's a certain set, but it costs a certain amount of AP points, and as the enemy's turn comes, next, right after your turn, you still have so many AP points left, but as you keep counterattacking, you lose those AP points, and if you counterattack too much, you can't counterattack anymore because it's trying to make the game into a real life scenario where you could only do so many actions within a certain amount of seconds. So that's kind of what it's trying to do. It's trying to it's trying to break down real time into action points. And that's what it does. With AP minus 30, what it essentially does is it sort of gives you a speed spell. It kind of speeds you up because now you can do more actions or more counter actions. But in some sense, it may not work if they don't attack that person. So typically, the first two characters that you put into the battle are going to be the ones the enemy is going to target the most. So typically, it's going to be the main character, and then Ryogo, and then the missile launcher. But sometimes you're going to notice that, if they have a lot of melee characters, they're going to want to get to Emma, the missile launcher, or if it's Alyssa, they're going to want to get to them as fast as possible. Or, I mean, maybe not, but when they get there, they're going to want to break your missile launcher because your missile launcher is pretty devastating in the back row. I've noticed that. But usually, most of the time, the first person you put in there, he's going to take the most amount of heat. So that's just what I suggest. That's why I think AP, the minus 30, is a very good skill to have. But still, if you could combo that, sometimes it's just about having the simple combos like stun punch, AP minus 30. Later on, there's a really good one I think you get from the Hoshin Wanzer's AP minus 60 or something like that. It's really good. Or else it's 90, but I think it's 60. In any case, pilot damage 1 is pretty good, but sometimes having like a missile launcher, like later on I'm going to take that skill off and put chafe on if I can get her to have chafe or something else like that, because if she keeps shooting missiles and you miss the first one, all the rest of them will miss too if she keeps firing missiles. If so, she fires off her whole pack and the first one misses, the rest will miss too. I think Salvo is kind of the same way. There's another skill called Salvo that she can learn, or you just fire all the missiles off at once. But for some reason, it doesn't just make like the second one have a different random number generator, where well, some will hit, some won't hit. It just bases on whether the first one hit or not, and then all the consequential attacks with missiles that Emma can shoot will just be the same exact number as the first one that was shot. So I don't understand it, but later on you're going to want to take that pilot damage 1 off of her skill, because you're going to see how bad it is. So yeah, I would recommend that. But for now it's okay, because she doesn't shoot them all off. So now it's okay. I think she does here a little bit more than I've seen, but yeah, that'll change. So yeah, and also here too, make sure you heal up near the end. It's going to affect your score. It's going to affect the amount of money you get. But also what you want to try to do is capture as many Wanzers as you can, because a captured Wanzer, selling it, and especially as you progress through the game, will be worth way more in value than the overall battle itself. The battles will still give you a good amount of money, but selling a Wanzer, I think near close to the end is like 3,400 or 6,000, gold or money, whatever it is. It's a lot more. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit of my knowledge with you. Go ahead and watch the rest of this. It's pretty much kind of done right now. So yeah, I'll just let you watch the rest of this and take it easy and wait for my next episode to come out. All right, see ya.